Be with you in 1 second, just bear with me. Right, okay, welcome to my latest fun and games from the Fallout universe. Today we'll be doing a bit in the new expeditions bit called the Pitt. I don't know whether you're familiar with the Pitt. What it was just the beginning. First of all, we have one of my neighbours, as you're probably well aware by now, I live in a flat or an apartment for you American dudes. And one of our neighbours is having some windows put in today. If it's not doors, it's windows. Basically, there's going to be a lot of banging going on. But I stopped doing a stream the other day because of the noise. I can't just stop doing it every 5 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and see what happens. If it gets too noisy, I might have to cut this short. But we're going to give it a go anyway. So, I think it was this year, just beginning of this year, we had a new thing introduced called Pitt, which was basically expeditions to Pittsburgh. Before the war, Pittsburgh; after the war, the Pitt, which is a heavily industrialised area, fought over by a couple of factions. But it is in the Fallout universe and in the same time period as we're dealing with, so I thought, well, we'll do a separate on the Pitt. The Pitt was an expedition, and basically you used to go into your map and you used to click on this thing, or we're supposed to click on this thing up here, but when they first brought it out, you had to go to the White Spring and do 3 fairly boring fetch quests involving buzzing about over the whole map. The first one was to make a meal for raiders or Foundation, make a choice, and they would give you an ultrasight battery, and then you had to give some stuff to another member of another faction, and if you hadn't got it, you had to go grinding to get that, and they would give you an ultrasight battery. And then there was another quest which I really can't remember, it was that boring. And in the end, you ended up with 3 ultrasight batteries. Now, these ultrasight batteries are what is needed to power the vertibird, which is on the roof of White Springs. And the White Springs vertibird will take you eventually, after this was about half an hour, 3/4 of an hour pulling this quest in, would take you eventually to the Pit. Now, you just have to click on this thing, and it all goes automatically. So I have been to the Pit before. I'm not sure whether I haven't done any quests in there. I think got in contact with the leader of the Union faction, but it's all still fairly new to me, so we'll be taking this one from scratch. So without further ado, Grandad Does Games Productions proudly presents an expedition to the Pit, and away we go. Great. Right, that doesn't bode very well, does it? Okay, that's thrown me into the loop a bit. Okay, so we come out of there and go into the social. And hang on, I might have to come out of this team, I mean. So that means quitting out. Okay, bear with me. We will get there, I promise you. Go to main menu, leave the team, yes, leave the team. So you can only do, that's the first thing we're finding out about the Pit, you can only do teams if you are team leader to go to the Pit. Shall I rephrase that? It didn't come out very well. If you're a team leader, you can start an expedition to the Pit, but you can't do it if you're only a member of a team. So they're going and not being a team, which indicates that a lot of people will be doing this solo. Or will team up with people in advance. I don't really do that. not first of all knowing enough people who play the game to team up in advance. So, let's try this again, shall we? Grandad Does Games Productions proudly presents an expedition to the Pit. Resume, so I have been there before then. Now we start a new one. Right, this is Union Jews. We've got the Union is one of the factions that is fighting for the Pit. We've got two lots, more than one area. You'll notice from this, by the way, that it's predominantly red and ochre and very dark. Okay, well, we've never really done this before, but let's just go for the basic Union blue. So that's the first one. But there's more than one apparently. So we confirm that. Start a new one. So we've lost all we lost before, so we're starting this all fresh now. You are going to be the first guys to see me do this. Aren't you lucky? It's another scorching day. Well, what the weather forecasters call scorching, which basically means about 25. It's been a lot worse here in the UK. I've been over to the local shop and bought myself a can of shandy. And if you're in the UK, you'll know what I mean. Shandy is, well, this is where we request to land the Pit, so this is just the loading screen. Yeah, so the shandy is basically a very, very weak beer mixed with lemonade, and it's just the thing you need on a nice summer's day. So I don't know, but I get the feeling that your guys, American guys, probably call it root beer. I'm not entirely sure. Right, let's get this going, shall we?
Hey, I'm Matt, leader of the local 42, a music cell in the area. If you said that you're coming to help, maybe with you here we can finally pull off the raid on the fanatics occupying our foundry.
I wouldn't count on it.
Well, meet me on the ground and I'll fill you in.
This is me we're dealing with. Okay, this is it. This is the Pit. Look at this place. It's awful, isn't it? I would imagine that this probably means this is where the bombs fell. Appalachia caught the tail edge of it, but the Pit caught the worst of it by the looks of it. So, we've got to go and find this woman, and we've got a mark already, so that's fine. Been a bit sneezy today, so if I should start sneezing, my apologies. It certainly seems more damaged than Appalachia was. Well, no, it doesn't actually. Appalachia does look just as damaged, but this looks more very cartoony about those graphics. This looks more. I don't know really. It just looks more. So we've got to go and find this Hex, whatever her name is. Yes, Hex. So we're going to go this way. I'm not going to get involved in fights, so I'm going to go down and crouch for now. Got my gun all loaded. Got loads of bullets. I repaired it last night. Oh look, we can do this from in here. Right, so we're still heading this way. I'm not really going for anything unless it comes across our path that we need to pick up or whatever. So I've left my phone on, so I'm expecting a call. I might have to rush off at some point. Just the bank telling me I spent some money, so I love doing that. You spent too much money. Losing a bit of faith in the old banking system now. Right, so it's around here somewhere. Try going that way. Not that way, that way. God, I'm thirsty already. It's only been 5 minutes. Let's search for a pub. Pub, translation for non-UK people, a public house, a place to purchase alcoholic beverages, also known as a bar. Right, he learned so much from me, don't he? I'm going to have to shut a curtain, bear with me a second. I can barely see the screen, it's so bright in it. That's better, see what I'm doing now. I was toying with the idea last night of getting another microphone, but this one seems to do the job, and I'm not really earning any money from the game or from my computer. I can't really justify spending the cash at the moment, so I've got my eye on a microphone. I expect eventually I'll buy one for Christmas or birthday or something like that. Collections, what's that? Hellcats, candies. Gold bullion, 1,500. Right, so what we're doing, we're trying to find something to drink. That's what we're doing. I mean, the basics are all the same. It's just a matter of different environment. Okay, so we've had something to drink. Do we need anything to eat? Possibly. Roast legs have cooked. Although at the moment I'm just taken to eating anything. As I say, I can always take Rad away, and I need to be radiated to a certain degree to keep the carry weight going. Right, that'll do for now. We're well fed, etc. Okay, let's go and see this lady. Stand up to talk to her because it's so polite.
This is on 50 Cent, yeah? I'm Max, leader of the union's local for the video. We spoke on the radio before then. I'm out checking in on our informant.
I'm over here.
Got a tip on some munitions stockpiles in the shipping yard up the road. I have to keep doing the rounds, but saboteur in place is gung-ho about blowing that stockpile to smithereens. He could use an escort so he doesn't get turned to dust himself. You're here to help, right? Can you handle this for me?
Well, I would be if you looked at me. Right. So we're back to speech. Just a volunteer, we need to know more about this. So let's know, first of all, the Fanatics are obviously another faction, so we'll have a...
The Fanatics think they own this place, and everyone in it. There's raiders, tyrants, and more. Used to be just a bunch of small gangs who couldn't do any real damage by themselves. And some great leaders showed up and united them.
Right.
I think that's never been the same since.
Okay, there's a great leader.
That's the funny thing.
Nobody.
We know they have one. At least they say they do. But we have no idea who they really are. Nobody does. I'm not even sure the people at the top know who really runs the show. I have to admit, it's savvy of them. Better than we would be hoping their leaders guys and who the hell they were. They do the same thing. It's not a strong enough word. These jagoffs have their minds set on making this place a living hell for everyone outside their little cabal.
Well, that's
We
the
have
way
to
of
take
armor.
back. No hesitation, no mercy. Not for them. Nah, he's just passionate about blowing fanatics to hell, and I don't blame him for that. The guy is reckless, though, that's for sure. What's that supposed to mean? I don't know what kind of utopia you think you came from, but from what I've heard, Appalachia's got plenty of problems of its own.
It's got problems, it's not bright red all the time.
Monsters with green crystals growing out of their skin. This place may have thick hair and rags out the ass, but it's home. And once we beat the fanatics, we're gonna make it better than it ever was. That much, I can promise.
Right, so we're going to agree anyway, aren't we? There's no point in us being here if we don't do some missions.
The saboteur is waiting near the shipping yard. The code phrase is Sea Lion. Keep him alive
Sea
while he
Lion.
carries out his mission.
Sea Lion was one of the...
He won't die easy, but he'll need the help.
I'm not sure what it was, but it was a Nazi offensive in World War II, Operation Sea Lion.
Let's talk again when you're through.
Let's look that one up. See, I mean, you guys don't know the depths of trivia I've got stored in my brain. It really is bad. Right, so I want to go this way. Again, we're going to swap down just in case we come across anything. We haven't actually seen an enemy apart from rat roaches yet. Let's keep going this way. It's definitely more industrialised as an area. Right, we can't really go any further that way.
I thought it was. Nah, goodness.
The problem we have is recognising friend from foe in this so far. Found him.
Who are you?
You don't look like a saboteur.
Yeah? What's the code word? I don't talk to anybody without a code word. So, that's really good for you. No one else would think to use 2 words as a code word. Alright. Fanatics have loads of munitions sitting in those shipping containers. I can't steal it all myself. And sure as hell make sure it's never used against us. It took a while to rig my explosives. Keep me up until I can get everything done. And we'll watch some pretty fireworks at the end. Let's boogie. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Killing time.
There we go, we died straight away. Of course we did, because this is a lot harder apparently. Right, what I'm going to do is next time is take some rat away. I've got a feeling this is going to be a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be. Okay. We're back to dying a lot. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take some rat away. Stim pack or 2. That's good enough. And we get the I've got a feeling this guy's going to die anyway, but we'll give it a go. Yeah. I'm in for a fun time here. I think I might have gone in the wrong way around here. So let's try. I don't know what I'm doing now. Try running away. I've only got 3 calls. So let's go out here. I'm trying to get some sneaks in. Firefighters on, aren't they? Oh, come on! God, dear, this is going to be a nightmare. I haven't even started yet. I'll certainly throw you in the deep end on this one. Right. Not so many people frightened. And another one bites the dust. How many times have I died so far? We're getting there. We will get there. Got a few my old arm's going to take a bit of a bashing. He was very kind and stood still so I didn't die. Yeah, I will, eventually. I forgot if you hit the fusion, those things kill easily. How many of these things are there for God's sake? Stop just shooting at me. Right. I think we've actually managed to kill him. I'm not entirely sure. For this time round, anyway. We'll find our saboteur now and try and revive him. Well, wasn't that fun, children?
Keep going.
Where are you going now? This way? Oh, there's plenty of workbenches here. First death for a while, we're doing quite well there. Sorry about this, it takes a lot of concentration. So we died, we're doing alright, and then all of a sudden we died again. So don't tell me I've got to go back to the beginning. Please don't tell me I've got to go back to the beginning. Get to safety. Alright, okay. So apparently we've done this. Well, that was a start, if nothing else.
That's good. We found our base in the past. We'll go over the next part of the battle plan.
left him with power supply. I mean, fusion core. Getting a bit frustrated that it seems to be needlessly overpowered, this bit. Well, I suppose that's part of the fun of it. By this time we should be late game. We're back to pay and spray again. This guy goes harder to get down. Stop moving. That's it. Oh, come on. Okay. Right. I guess this is not the place for exploration, to be honest. Right, where are we going? Going this way. See what I want to do. Let's get into Chinese stealth armour. And disappear. Perhaps I won't have to fight all the time. Yeah, that's a good idea. No idea what the pen is. We seem to have gone from get to safety, which I thought we'd done. Obviously didn't need to be involved in that firefight, so maybe we have to play this one smart rather than keep shooting everything that moves. Is just wear the Chinese stealth armor.
Let him through. They're with me.
Won't give in. Nothing fanatic.
After the banging that I've been hearing all morning, now comes the drilling. I do love my house sometimes. We rent this house when it's not our own place, and basically we have to put up with anything they throw at us in the way of repairs. It's not very often though. Right, speak to Hex. You're going to face us this time. Okay.
I'll admit, I had my doubts.
No, just turn around. Oh no, he's come.
You showed up out there. Makes me feel better about sending you inside the foundry. This place is crawling with fanatics. It's like a pest infestation, but worse. Pests don't kidnap our people. Thought you'd never ask. We have people on the inside telling us the fanatics are planning something big. If we can their plans, that will be a big help in the coming fight.
What?
Get inside, find their safes, crack them open, and snatch those plans for me. Thanks for doing this for us. Your raid will give us some time to collect ourselves. Get back on our feet. Before you head out, you might want to talk to our guy Wicker. Heard he needed help with some things that he can't see to himself. Watch yourself in there. We'll hold the fort and make sure no surprises head your way. Good luck.
Have we actually managed to do anything yet? Apparently not. Okay. Let's go and speak to this wicked character. At last, a bench.
Good luck out there. You'll need it.
Can't do anything there. Can't do anything to do at all. Nothing there. Bulk we know about. Camera. Explosives. Don't use explosives. Grenades. No, nothing really. What we really need is a stash box there. That's alright.
Back to work, Wick. No more loafing around.
Bench. See what we can do with this. So this is all okay. Chinese self-arm's okay. This is what's starting to worry me now. So repair that. Yeah, we can do a workbench repair on that, that's alright. See about that one. We can do that one. That's alright. That one definitely needs repair. And we can do a workbench repair. We've been picking stuff up the last few episodes. That's still okay, and that one needs repair. So we've done the repair to our armour. No point, can't use the power armour yet. For a while anyway. Fusion cores for that. Stash everything. Oh, scrap first of all. Oh, there's loads of stuff here as well. What that is. Okay, nothing much there after all then. So then,
you got time to help me out here?
So, chemistry and weapons. This is the one I'm after. But their gun has taken a lot of knocks over the last couple of times, last couple of episodes. Did repair it, but still needs some work. And we can workbench repair that as well. So things aren't too bad. Could be worse. Got plenty of ammo. What about these slug buster? That's okay. Minigun, could have used that actually, didn't think about that. Right, that's okay, so everything's repaired. What we're going to do now on the weapons, can't make any ammo yet. I think we scrapped everything, so we can put that all in the stash. Which is quite low at the moment.
You'll need it. We don't want you to go bone in here.
See if we can scrap anything up. I'll do that. Weapons, nothing, armour. Only ultrasight, I don't want to get rid of that. Well, that's really outfit. Now? No, I'm going to keep that. Right, okay, so we've got to talk to this guy now. Wherever he is, somewhere over here. Oh, there he is.
Name's Wicker. You look like a new face to me. What can I do for you, new face? Yeah, if you're up for it. I could always use more pure cast steel ingots. We've also had a supply cache stolen by the fanatics. Getting that back would be huge. It'll keep us alive another day. Thank you. Sincerely.
Oh, that's all we get to say, is it? Perhaps we should have asked him other things first.
Got a job for me? Or just want to talk? Not at all. Shoot. Yep.
Oh, fair enough.
A little of this, a little of that. I'm Mr. Oddjob to the crew. Lately I've been hunting for useful material. When no fanatics are around, that is. Look, no offense, but Appalachia steel isn't steel city.
Charming.
The steel we cast here in Pittsburgh before the war is grade A quality. No impurity. We need that quality to stand up to the pit.
Talk about ingratitude. Or might be laughing this if I've done anything else.
Whoa! Where did you learn your manners? You never ask a man about his name. It just isn't done. Anything for you, new face.
Right.
Later, I hope.
Okay, so where are we going? We're going this way.
Hours.
Desperately need some. We desperately need some stim packs. Power thingies for the power, yeah.
Have to fight back.
Yeah. Fusion cores. That's the one. I'll give up on that, it's not worth it. Obviously everything is more difficult in this game. Make sure we're hidden. Yep, we're hidden. In all my time playing this game, I've only ever got one piece of perfect pie from those things. I think my idea of playing this bit of the game, is going in all guns blazing. But it ain't going to work. We need to get surprise on our side. And to do that, we're going to wear the Chinese armour. Very dusty, dry. Yeah. But nothing's shot at me for a while, so I suppose I should be grateful. It does, we should get the degree of surprise on, presumably.
Search every crack and crevice.
Approach and identify yourself. Law-abiding citizens will not be harmed.
seems to be much better now. Let's down this way. 2, 1. This is upstairs.
Where'd you go?
How dare you!
Attention, citizens.
I pushed the button. I did.
You're formally
Go back to that again. I pushed the button on it. Right, so we've got to be a bit more careful even than this. We can be invisible, but we've got to make sure. Where's this number 7? It's up there. Okay, so we need to go up there.
There you are!
Where is it? There's 4 up this way. This is still in the ingot. Yes, it is. That way. Certainly dark, more atmospheric than the last one. Oh, looks like we don't eat that cram. Takes a lot of concentration, this. Well, so they tell me. Yeah, no. So what we're looking at. Somewhere. Two of those, right. Here we go. Right.
We have some people on the inside telling us the fanatics are planning something big. If we can do this those plans, that will be a big help in the coming battle. Take a look for safes, crack them open, and snatch those plans for me.
It's very dark, isn't it?
Okay, kiddies, listen up. I hope you're ready for action because we are going to be seeing something soon. Once the chem weapons are done, we'll launch our assault and turn the Union to paste.
Jump in the shadows.
Fuck you.
We'll be merciless. We'll be merciless.
It's all quite exciting, isn't it? So, we'll just try and keep going without shooting people if we can. We're not going to win battles, so we might as well just wait until this guy wander by. Bench here. Take things down to 240. God, I'm only on 260. Hello Diana, yeah, we're in Pittsburgh today. We're doing the pit, but it's tougher than I thought it was going to be. It's much tougher than I thought it was going to be. The first firefight literally wiped me out. I've got no fusion cores for my power armour, and so far I'm relying on the Chinese power armour to just wander by rather than fighting, simply because I just can't win these battles. There's too many of them. So we're doing this Chinese stealth armour. So far, safe. But it's a big difficult area. We always knew it was going to be. I mean, I reckon level 100 something easily before we get in here. So I'm just about on the level to be. I'm just about on the level to go in here, but my aim is way off. I'm down to 671 bullets now, which means I'm going to be running out fairly soon. So we just pray and hope eventually.
Approach and identify yourself. While abiding citizens will not be harmed.
Let's go. He doesn't know what we're doing yet. So yeah, we're in a pretty poor shape at the moment. We're going around that way, so we'll go around that way. Fusion core there, you bet your bottom dollar there won't be. 79, so moving. I don't want to pick up too much stuff because I'm all going to become over encumbered so easily. Just want to sneak past this guy. Scrap here. Just so you know, Diana, if you've been watching for a while, you might know, but anyway, I'll tell you again. We've basically got someone working next door on the windows in the flat, so if you hear any noise, I can only apologise, there's not a lot I can do about it. Now that we've got over the initial firefight, this is actually not a bad little extension to the game, but there was a bad firefight to start with that nearly killed me about 4 or 5 times. Killed me 4 or 5 times, sounds strange saying that, but it did. Which is when I ran out of fusion cores. If we can jump in this thing. Apparently we can. Right. Seems to be in the right area. I say this Chinese stealth armor was worth its weight in gold. See, I made a mistake there. I think I'm going to die. Yeah. Made the mistake of standing up. If you haven't had the Chinese stealth armor, you are actually invisible as long as you're crouched down. As soon as you stand up, that's it, you become visible and everyone shoots the hell out of you. Right. optional. Retrieve viewing supplies. Yeah, you don't do so much. Trouble is, I can't resist combat in this game. This is the result every time I end up getting deaded. Right, so that's that. We're still hidden. God knows how, but we are. We're still managing on the ammo situation. Now where are we? Go this way. Graphics on this are all very sort of cartoonish. If you look at the patterns of corrosion and so on, it all looks a bit cartoonish. So we're 7 in that direction and we'll be in the search area. That is now. But which objective? Let's have a look. Look on the map. Oh, we haven't got a map. Oh, that's just. Well, that's interesting. We haven't got a map. Amazing how we actually come to rely on that map. We have to fight now. I wasn't aware apparently that rat poison contains lead in this game. Yeah, it's very challenging. You may notice I'm not talking too much simply because it's taking so much concentration in order to just keep from getting killed. On the other hand, you do get loads of stuff. Yeah, I've seen him over Diana. I never know Diana. Hopefully you'll answer to either. I think you've said Diana before, but okay. And another one. Right, almost shooting here. She's gone.
more worms, more satisfying that way. Get back out here and fight.
Right. We're out of the area. We should be looking for something in here. I'm fairly certain we should be looking for something here, but finding what it is another matter. Could do with a bench as well. Somebody there.
I will be merciless.
No, you won't. Incumbent now. Is this safe? It certainly is. Right. Going too far then, so just down here. So. Sit. Right. Oh, look what I can see. Thank God for that. God. I've never run out of fusion. I was giving fusion cores away to newbies the other day. And here I am, got none. What's this? Let's see another room. See that way. Can get in there. Oh, God. How did he see me? I was crouched down. You can't say you're not getting your money's worth of this. I love the way these things ragdoll. Right, let's see where we are. It just goes to show the kind of people that we are when we play these games. We would do anything to pick up stuff that we don't really need. No, it's open anyway. Right, it's a different one. Fusion core. Ran away. Right, something up above. Just seem to be going round in circles here. Something to eat. In the game, that right, let's try that crab. How are we doing? We can do some more stuff to eat. Okay, that seems to be okay. So we should be able to move faster now. No? Right, if I'm over encumbered, I want to see what I don't need. Drink some more boiled water, that should get it down a bit. 265. I've got this new, got loads of stuff. Do it. Yeah. I think it's just because I'm moving slow simply because I'm over encumbered. Be in the right area for this. I think probably more stealing, so we'll have to have another mission that we've got sorted. We get another safe in there. I'm creeping around like a nobody's business. I'm actually not hidden. Why can't I shoot anybody? I think the word we were looking for when you said challenging was absolutely bloody hopeless. Just get out of here. Right. There's so many, I mean they're all in power armour. The ones in power armour are hopeless. Well, what am I going to do now? I say there's lots of action in this one anyway, so what do we see? Right, this time crouch down. Must remember to crouch. Just make sure we're invisible. Yep. Right. Going one way. This way. I've already taken the thing out of there. I think I've got a fusion ball, just one, but I can do it more obviously. Wherever it is, it's going to be in the toilet. Oh, like. Immune supplies. Well, return the supplies to Wicker. Now, can we haven't got a map, have we? So how do we fast travel? No, don't do that. Is there a map over here somewhere? No, it's just the same old map. Okay, so we can't fast travel, presumably. Now, what are we trying to do here? We've got what plans 1 of 3. got the steel ingots, we need another one of those. So there's something else in further up here. Is that up or down? So we really need a bench of some sort. Well, there's bodies hanging around all over the place. I'm not going to pick up anything else, I'm really over encumbered. We'll go back that way. It's kind of hopeful. Duct tape always comes in useful. Showing there. So, no, I'm over encumbered already. I'm used to being blooded, which means I have load more carry weight, another 100 carry weight. This is now I'm only on 200 and some. Let's try this area. Guarding there. It's very tense, this.
Identifying intruders detected. Beginning their search.
I have all the bodies hanging from the ceiling. How did it see me? How? Down here, so I should be able to go up there now.
Another day. When will it end? I might not be merciless. Must have been the guns.
What was that?
What?
One of those things.
And, yeah, I've watched a guy play this game with the Chinese stealth armor, and he has not been spotted by any enemy anywhere, ever. As soon as I put the stuff on, suddenly everyone can see me. Does that sound bitter? It probably does. Well, I'm not meaning to be bitter, but I haven't got the bullets to waste, that's the trouble. Right, we're inside the objective area again. I'm not sure what we're exactly looking for in this area. Somebody needs to stop smoking quite so much, I think. Basket mug over there. And next door neighbour's dog, wild kid. Right, it's just the area we need is right over there.
Shadows over here. Christ. I'll skin them alive.
There's something over there. Ah, down there. I think it's inside the crate. Yeah, looks like it. Off you go, mate.
Burning up. When will it stop?
Another one. Right. Off we go again.
Approach and identify yourself. Law-abiding citizens will not be harmed. False alarm. Standing down.
Another day. When will it end?
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. Where will it end? Giving you lots of cover here, obviously, so you can avoid lots of diving round and round behind boxes and containers. You love Milo, actually. He's a community dog, basically. He's owned by a guy downstairs from us and his wife, but basically he's sort of like keen to see anybody. If he sees any of us, he'll come up for a sort of quick bit of interaction. Very yappy little dog, but we love him. Do you know what? I don't like that. It's the only bit of this going on like this. I suppose it's because, yeah, they've got to be seen to be suffering from their environment, but that coughing just sounds awful. I'm glad they're still doing the mission sort of things. Is there a bench over there? No, it looks like it.
Must have been the counties. John, I will be merciless.
Getting all panicky now. Keep thinking I'm seeing things. It's very dark, and the environment makes you feel tense. Oh, don't think we've been here before. 15 in that direction. There's a workbench over there. I want that bench. It's a bit unrealistic doing this in the middle of a battle, but there you go. Right, so where are we going? head in that direction. Stay there. And we'll come over, say goodbye to them, and then away we go. Oh god, they spotted me again. So like a bit of token resistance before they kill me. I've never had I've had a dog once. I'm very sort of when I finish work or whatever, I don't like the idea of having to do things, being obliged to do things. It's a bit selfish, I admit, but I would have a dog if I wasn't selfish in a way in my spare time. Plus I wouldn't be able to walk now to do the dog justice. Eventually I might get another one if we can have one nice indoor dog that I can take just for a trundle round every now and again. Right. So there's something over here, 5 in that direction. I bet it's up top. Yeah, of course it is. Another one in that direction. Hopefully, could be the last of the, yeah, still in this. So we've done all that. God, we want to get a load of stuff for this. So we just need one more lot of plans and we've done it. I swore there was a bench there. Having said that, last time I had a dog, it was in my previous marriage. I've been married twice, and a lot of the time I was under stress from various areas, so perhaps I didn't do the dog justice, bless it, and it didn't really have a chance. But yeah, I'm not sure I'll be able to do a dog justice, to be honest. They deserve more than I could give them. What are we looking for? This is definitely a game to be played more psychologically than physically. I haven't died, not because I'm any good, but because basically I really take a good look at any area before I go into it. Now it's saying the objective area we're actually inside, but she or he is up there. I'm not sure what we need to be looking for. I wonder. Looks like I got rid of her. Get rid of her. Right. I'm not sure how long these missions go on for. Over in Cumber again.
I will be strong. I will.
Unidentified intruder detected. Beginning search.
The fanatics have no idea how to really work the foundry. Instead of steel, they're pumping out chemical weapons from a makeshift lab in the hopper room. We need to melt down what they've already got and make sure they can't produce any more. Even if they do manage to keep the foundry today, Olsen's production would strike a huge blow. Get in there and find a way to wreck that equipment. I'll radio with more instructions.
So is this all one mission, do you think? I really don't know. I'm tempted to get out of here and regroup with this lot. Maybe find some ammo. We definitely need some ammo. Is the way out? Hope so. Yes. God, I was panicking then for a little while. I'm going to sort of. Oh dear, perhaps I should have stayed in here. I'm just trying to remember on quests at the moment. Data. Wait a minute. Oh, I see. So this is literally just a separate thing. There's no map to play with. You're just constantly on your own. Right, let's go to crouch down again. So we're trying to find. Just have to wander around, really. This is it. at last. Try and get some more bullets sorted out. Yeah, no map, no. All you can follow is the markers. So it's just amazing to me how much you come to rely on maps. Yeah. So it looks like these are just basically very small DLCs that just contain 1 or 2 missions per DLC. Let's see this next character. Then I might look around at some of the stuff in here.
Any fewer steel ingots in that bag for me? Hmm?
Right, here's your ingots.
More steel for the cause. Thanks.
And here's your stolen supplies.
That's incredible. Thank you.
That's that. Right, okay, so we've got to keep going back into that place. Now we desperately need some stuff. I think we scrapped everything we've got, so the chances are we've now got a chance to make some ammo. No, we'll do that.
Back to work, Wick. No more loafing around.
At least we can make some ammo, that's the main thing. Not too much, presumably, but enough. Anything else? Energy ammo. Fuel, explosive ammo, no. Make some 2-0. Okay, right, I'll have to pop you on hold for a second. I need to go and visit somewhere.
You've been a big help.
Which I apologise. See you in a bit.
A new face? That's rare.
Okay, back again, sorry about that. Combination of fizzy soda and kidney disease is not a good mix.
I'll put this steel to good use.
Right, so what we're going to do now, I think, is put anything else we've got in the stash. And we've got quite a bit there. And we have got a fusion core, which is good news. Bolt fragmentation rifle. I'm going to drop a few bits and pieces because they're definitely stuff we don't need. If I can drop a few bits. So weapons, we don't need fragmentation grenades. We don't fight that sort of style. Where'd that come from? I must have picked that up ages ago. Perhaps that's my melee weapon, because I got rid of a melee weapon that I usually use. Condition's pretty good on that. I might have to repair that at an armour bench. I haven't been using any of this, so that'll be a good nick. Drop that. I've been doing that for a while now. Yeah, drop that. Probably suit instead. Data. No, I can't do data. It's really, I mean, it's pretty obvious this is just tagged onto the main thing, and it's not. Psycho. Blood pack, disease keep on that red X, but get rid of that. And then just keep everything else. Miscellaneous. Copper and gold wall. Don't really need that at the moment. Get rid of that. Oh look, we've got a scrap kit we could have used ages ago. And we get rid of that titanium, we don't really need that. Right, so that's taken us down a bit. Right, what I'm going to do now, instead of going straight back into the fighting, is I'm going to have a look around this place. One thing we have got to do is repair the Chinese stealth armor, of course. Oh look, the belly. We can't do it. Damn. Mind you, it's not too bad.
Back to work with.
Why can't we do it? Let's try and see what happens. Ballistic fibre, we've only got 8, so we need to pick up stuff with ballistic fibre in it. Okay, everything else should be okay. We did that earlier. Okay, let's go and have a look at a few more of these bits and pieces in here, just get a bit more view on the subject. That was ingots, we've already got loads of those. That's ham radio, some terminal. The plan. The plan. I don't care what anyone says, we're taking the foundry back. Right, so they're taking the foundry basically. This is Skippy, who's over in Appalachia. So he's the one who got us to come over here.
Defense is a good offense.
Right, so that's that. I was hoping it might take a bit longer because I'm trying to put off going back into the foundry again. How many? 696. We still could do a lot more, but we've got a working gun and we've got the slug buster to fall back on, so that's okay. I'm not sure how long this Union Juice goes on for. It looks like it's just a single mission, but there are several of them. So I might just concentrate on that for the moment. We've done an hour and 45 minutes. I might just make this a 2 hour. But depends on how well we've got on with this mission and whether there's more to it than that. Because it keeps improving. When I say improving, it keeps getting bigger. We do one lot and then we want to get a load of other stuff. Having said that, this was never designed to be a separate series anyway. It's all part of Fallout 76, so I'll just do these as an occasional series, occasional thing. Do one mission per, or however long it takes per episode. Tomorrow I think I'll be back with the A to Z of Fallout, and then maybe on Tuesday next week or Saturday, depending on how I get on, I might do an Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls is the one that's taking a back seat because Fallout's the one that seems to be the most popular in its various guises. Oh, I wonder whether we can. There's a lot of loot in it. Maybe we ought to take all the loot and go back to Foundry again. Equipment station, can't we do anything with that? Yeah, so I think I'm just going to go around looting for a little while and then try and go back to the pit, not the pit, oh you know what I mean, go back to the place where all the benches are. Something here. Back up over 700 on the ammo again, thank God. Another workbench here, we can scrap all that. Oh, that's handy. I feel like I've done enough fighting for one day. No, I didn't want to do that. Why do I do that? Why have I got a cryolator? I suppose Gorman's, we use the Gorman's. I can't do random legendary mods. What is a cryolator when it's home comes to that? Have we got any fuel for it? Let's select it. Perhaps we can't. Oh, it's because, yeah, duh. Because we're in this. Apparently, the only, if you try to go to data, oh, it's doing it now, but there's no missions listed, so. Strike on the cry, trying to get any ammo for it. I've only got 5, that's no good. We've got 2,000 on that one, but we're not right here. I think the fixer's the right weapon for this, because this is definitely been, it's like a stealth thing. And I want to carry on with stealth really. So we could. That's alright, we'll get rid of the cryolator. Never been one for the big bulky weapons. Right. Where are we? Looking up here. I haven't really explored the area at all yet.
That sequence is good on.
I'll put this steel to good use.
Right. We can make any ammo yet. Not the stuff we need, no.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Not over encumbered now anyway, so we can go and look at the more stuff. I remember there was a stash in this area as well. Why does he keep kicking that thing? What's it ever done to him? Oh, what's this? Oh, I dropped those. Yeah, the trouble is with being over encumbered, what makes him ammo. The trouble with being over encumbered is that when I'm wearing the unyielding armour, I'm not over encumbered because I can get up to 365 carry weight, sometimes more. So I very rarely get over encumbered. But when you're wearing the Chinese stealth armour, in order to be less visible despite that gigantic backpack on my back, you are unable to do that. So I end up being a lot less able to carry stuff around. It's a play-off against one against the other all the time. Carry weight against stealth.
A new face?
We not?
That's rare.
I thought we'd scrap that stuff. can make any gunpowder.
You'll need it. Back to work, Witch. No more loafing around.
Well, that should be in Pittsburgh, I would imagine, but there you go. More gunpowder now. And then go over here and see if that's affecting my ability to make ammo yet. No. What can we do from this?
Can't wait to put these ingots to use.
Bulk up a lot of stuff, but no. Actually, I'd use a fair bit of plastic. I think probably get rid of some of the weight as well. As far as I'm aware, bulking stuff up doesn't make any difference. I think it just saves a very minuscule amount of weight when it comes down to it. I'm not going to carry on doing that, otherwise it'll be boring for you guys.
Hey,
but let's just
you
see.
got time to help me out here?
Let's just see what's done to the weight wise. It's 321.
No more loafing around.
321. Actually, 321. Thelm Noodle, no, they haven't yet. Thelm P Noodle, okay. Welcome in, by the way, and welcome to the stream. No, they haven't done Atlantic City, that's next year now. But it's going to be the same sort of basis as this. By the way, the Imp Noodle, right, I think I've got you. I thought that was an L, not an I. Okay, the Imp Noodle, yeah. If you're enjoying the stream, by the way, can you please leave us a follow, because we like to do all that for you, and notifications, all that sort of thing. But no, it's going to be next year apparently. And of course, we're all waiting. There are several bits of news about Fallout. So there's going to be a Fallout TV series, which is set in the Fallout world. But I think is a different. I can't remember what it is. Different vault, and that's going to be made by Amazon. And I think next year they're going to do Starfield this year. We're probably going to have Atlantic City next year. Then we'll be working on late August. Where did you get late August from, mate? It's always been next year as far as I know. Oh, you mean the TV series? I thought that was next year. Maybe it is in August. Anyway, it's going to be around soon. But they're also talking, of course, about Fallout 5, which is a long way in the future. Apparently, they're not even going to start working on that until they've done Elder Scrolls 6. Which is going to be, I mean, bearing in mind Elder Scrolls 5 is Skyrim, that's going to take a lot of improvement. Yeah, I found out why I've got a load of this stuff, so I need to stash all this. So I'll stash all the bulk. I've done that, it's better 232. It certainly does look good. I've seen TV trailers for it, and it looks pretty true to the games. I'm quite looking forward to it, but whether I'll be able to see it, I haven't got Amazon on Netflix actually, so I'm going to have to wait till it comes down to whatever channels it does come down to. And thanks for the follow, by the way, the Imp Noodle, much appreciated. The more followers I can get, the better. Right, talk amongst yourselves because I've got to get some work done here. What are we going to do next? I think we're going to stop doing the scrapping for the moment. I'm going to go to try to do this next mission, or some of it anyway, before I finish. Get into the foundry and see how difficult this turns out to be, because I don't want to be too long on this one. By the way, I do streams Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday usually. Those days are the days I have free to stream. At the moment I'm doing an A to Z of Fallout, in which I go around visiting areas in Fallout from A to Z. At the moment I'm doing the forest, and I'll get onto the others later. I do a basic Fallout series, which is my playthrough. I'm pretty far on in that at the moment. I've done most of the main missions, and I'm just doing bits and pieces now. And also I do Elder Scrolls Online. Now the Elder Scrolls Online is very much secondary. This is a new one today. I've only just started doing this. The Elder Scrolls Online I will continue with, as I will with Fallout 76. Right, let's go and see what we can do here anyway. No one be talking about myself all day. It's about time I got on and did something. In case you're wondering, I'm wearing the Chinese stealth armor at the moment. I'm playing in like stealth mode. Because I came into here and died about 5-6 times, simply because the combat is so tough in this game. So what I decided to do is wear the Chinese stealth armor most of the time, and just take out where I can the guards and so on. I'm not sure on the format of this game yet. Apparently it might just be like 6 fairly large missions in Pittsburgh. This is the first one I've ever done. I went there once and gave up in disgust because I've died loads of times, and then I thought about come back and do a series on it. So here it is. I take it you've done the pit, have you? Oh, I still shoot those things. Right. 2 times, yeah. I mean, I don't know how many missions there are. There seem to be about 4 or 5 missions that you can do, and they all seem to be just one mission linked together. So this will be the first one. But then again, as the series progresses, I'll find out how these things work. Also, for your reference, I do transfer all my videos over onto YouTube, and I've got about 49 videos on there at the moment. I forgot to mention the other series I'm doing is New Vegas. I started that the other day. So there's a couple of those videos there, and there's all my Fallout videos and all my Elder Scrolls videos. So if you like having a look, I've got all 49 videos on there that I've done in the past. And also, if you go over there and have a look at those, please leave me a follow and a like there, because it does me no end of good when people do. Yeah, Fallout New Vegas is actually, I didn't like it at first. I really didn't. It seemed drab and boring, and now it's starting to pick up. I'm meeting more characters, I'm opening up new areas. So yeah, I'm starting to enjoy it more now. I've also got, I got it free from Epic Games, and it had all the DLC with it as well, so I've got all the DLCs, and I'll be doing those as well. Skyrim I have played. I played it years ago. Not really my thing at the moment. Yeah, I mean, I got to the point in Skyrim where I was knocking out dragons in a matter of seconds, and I'd taken so many dragon powers on it, it was unbelievable, and I just got bored with it. Most Bethesda games are pretty much the same. You do too much and you get fed up with it. I will one day get fed up with this and maybe move on to something else. I'm quite looking forward to the DLC for the can't remember what they called it. They said they were the midnight showing at the drive-in, science fiction drive-in, and yeah, I want to do that. That looks quite interesting. Right, in the meantime, I've got to try and find out what's going on here. So 13 over that way. Oh, paint gives you lead. Always take paint. I don't know how keen you are for Starfield in New York. I'm not too keen on it at the moment because I was taken in by a lot of Bethesda stuff when it released, and it ended up being rubbish. Fallout 76 being a classic example. Starfield sounds to me way too ambitious, so I'm not too sure about that. Having said that, it's the first new Bethesda game for many years, so yeah, that might be quite interesting. I'm gonna watch a few gameplay videos on YouTube when it comes out, Let's Plays, and see how we go from there. I get the feeling I would enjoy playing it, but it seems too ambitious. They're over 1,000 planets. Sounds way too ambitious to me. Apparently they're all procedurally generated, which is great, but that doesn't mean they're good, and it seems to me that there's only going to be a few which have got which have actually got habitable worlds, and even less with any kind of content. So, like I say, I'm going to see how it goes. They see me from there. God almighty. This is why I'm wearing the Chinese stealth armor. It doesn't seem to work in this case. Well, we knew that was coming, didn't we? As soon as that guy saw me, I was right by a bench as well. Mind you, we just got rid of all that stuff, so we should be alright. And there's the bench, that's handy. Should be a few bodies here as well. And that's what we were looking for, unstable mixtures. So we've got one of those.
Let's get to it!
One thing we're going to find out about me is that I die on a regular basis. Honestly, I am literally absolutely poor at playing. Sometimes I run away, sometimes I fight. Whatever happens, I usually end up dying, so there you go. But what does seem to me the case here is That's these guys are carrying the stuff I need to get, so I'm gonna have to kill them eventually. So we take them off one at a time. In that direction. And another one gone. And same here. Oh, I love dying in these things. I really do. So do you stream Imp Noodle? Now that's the way to do it. And right, down we'll go. What do you stream? Anything interesting? I might have a look at your stream later on. Oh right, okay, so you do the same sort of thing. Well, I'll have a look at your stream later on. I must admit I haven't been on Twitch for a while. Obviously we do stream on Twitch. Last one when I was actually watching a few other people, that was before I went to streaming in a big, well not in a big way, but in a way myself. Well done. People say that about me as well. Very often, I mean, I'll be honest, I stream maybe to 2 or 3 people at a time. However, on my YouTube side, I've got a fair few views. I did a Fallout New Vegas one the other day, and it had the first time we had over 178 views. I don't make any money from it though, I just do this for fun really. If I ever do make any money, I'll probably just bung it back into buying new stuff for this setup that I've got. Are you on PC or console? Sounds like someone's got a cough outside. Xbox, yeah, I've got an Xbox, but I only got an Xbox One S, and I did try streaming on there. I did Elden Ring on there a few years back, and that was fine. And then I bought myself some new earphones to try and stream on this channel. And when I tried it out, all I kept getting was like a really bad sound, and I haven't tried it since. I don't think it was the earphone, I just think it was basically that they've done something since last time I streamed, changed it a bit. It's a shame though that they haven't done cross-play on this game. I would love to play with other people, but there's very few people I know that have actually got PCs that don't play the game. So yeah, I've actually not found anyone who plays it yet that wants to have a game.
I will keep strong. I will.
I was complaining earlier about all the people coughing, but I suppose if you lived in a toxic environment like this, you'd be coughing too. That's... Oh, God, there's hundreds of them. Bear with me. One down. Yeah, speaking about toxic, I mean, I've found that the people on the Fallout games are probably some of the nicest people I've ever met. You get so much rubbish on. I was doing Red Dead Redemption. I was getting killed just by random strangers every 5 minutes. I enjoyed this game, but as I say, it would be nice if they had the ability to cross-play. Yeah, we spoke about this before, Dana, and you told me about that. GTA was a nightmare. I don't know actually what I'm doing at the moment. I'm just going around shooting people at random in case they've got any of this stuff on them. Just as you know, Diana, a site like is my most loyal follower and also my sort of unofficial mod. She looked after me, my wingman basically, or wing woman, I suppose you call them. I seem to be picking up some of this stuff now. We've got a fusion core on this thing.
Continuing search for initiative.
We've got two Americans on it. Well, I'm from England, southeast England. I'm not American, but I once went to New York. I don't know what we unlocked there. Nothing, obviously. Okay. I say it's nice to have more than one person on my channel at any given time, especially when they're talking to each other. It's so used to having just one person on.
Another notch in my arm.
UK is I don't know how to describe the home country. Basically, it's a very weird mixture of things. A lot of people tend to think it's sort of London, Glasgow, maybe Manchester, and that's about it. There's so much diversity in the UK. South East, Kent. If you look at a map of the UK, it's the bit that does it. It's the toe of the boot. Basically, it's that sort of area. What's shooting me now? Oh, I'm not ducked down, am I? Yorkshire is, I've never been myself, but apparently Yorkshire is quite a nice area to go to. It's a lot of industrial area and a lot of industrial areas and a lot of countryside as well. I think we've avoided that one. Duck down, I'm going to duck down. This is the thing about the internet though, isn't it? The internet brings together loads of people who wouldn't normally have known each other. I mean, our ancestors would have no idea about America. It would be a completely alien time, alien place for them. So it's lucky that we had this. God, there won't be as soon as you. I had several pen friends actually. I was dead again. I had several pen friends when I was younger, and in the end, you just got fed up with writing all the time. And they would send to you, and then you'd have to write a 2-3 page letter, try and make it sound interesting. At least on the internet, you can contact each other, and then when you get fed up, you can say, "Well, I've got to go now," basically. I must admit, I think we've got more of an idea. We've got more of an idea about what America's got than we've got, because most films, feature films are made in America. I know you can't, Hollywood is not America, I understand that, but even so, I've lost track of what I was saying then. I just seems to be standing there. Oh, it's gone. Yeah, I think we get to see more of America than America gets to see of the UK, to be honest. Another sport challenge. How dare you! Just out of interest, by the way, I'm a boomer. 1961, I'm a boomer. say about watching a lot of TV shows through public TV. I watched the originals. I grew up with shows like Doctor Who, Tomorrow People, Like 7. Also Batman. That's the first show I ever wanted to watch on TV was Batman. The American Batman with Adam West. I remember there's no such thing as... I remember there's no such thing as mobile phones. Couldn't afford a mobile. I'm feeling really old here, guys. And poor, for that matter. I agree with you. I mean, I watched the originals. Like this guy's got. I'll get rid of him as soon as possible. He's got a missile launcher. Faulty. I was born 20 years before you guys did. No. We may not have had the technical stuff, to be honest, but we had so much going for us. We had some of the best TV, definitely the best music. Let's do a stim pack actually. Luckily there's plenty of stim packs about in this game. I thought about eventually doing another Fallout 4. I've played that game so many times. I've done it about 4 or 5 times now. But I'm not sure whether I will be able to make it seem interesting again. I got to the point in the end where I had like about 5 or 6 sets of power, no more than that, about 7 or 8 sets of power armor all stashed in my Diamond City apartment in Fallout 4. Nice to see you two having a good conversation anyway. It takes the pressure off me a little bit. Meantime, I think we've got to do testing, but I don't know what the testing vat is, but we've got to do something with it. Right, where are we going now? Oh, we're still. Okay, we got up again then. Thank you, it's very kind of you. It's nice to see a chat where there's more than me in there and I say Diana has been my wingman for God knows how long now. She's got my back. We've had people coming in trying to sell me stuff and everything. She gets rid of them for me. So yeah. So nice to see someone else here for a change as well. Right, let's get rid of all this stuff. As I say, if you miss any of my videos on Twitch, you can always go. They're on for a week or so, but you can always go and have a look on YouTube, and they'll be there as well on YouTube. Let's go up this way. Well, considering the start I had in this expedition, do I have to finish it, or can I go back and start again? Yeah, I'm going to be going myself in a minute actually, because it's 2.5 hours now and I'm starting to get a bit weary. But once again, welcome in the Imp Noodle. Much more call the Imp Noodle, it's much easier. I appreciate you coming in to see me. As I say, I'm on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, usually in the mornings. If there's enough demand for it, I might do an evening one, but at the moment there doesn't seem to be any demand for it. So yeah, I'm going to stop this here. And I'll probably have to start the whole thing again over again. Oh no, I can't. It says you can go into a previous one. That's fine. Oh, Greg, sorry, did you you popped in there for a second? Yeah, I'm just going anyway. But I appreciate you all turning up, and I wish you all a very happy day today, very pleasant day. And I'll no doubt see you again soon. So have a great day, and bye for now. Yeah, I appreciate you doing that, Chris. I really do. Anyway, I'm really going to have to end this here now. So if you guys would like to join me again at some point, and we'll have a proper chat of it. And Greg, don't feel like you have to lurk, mate. I don't mind lurking, I really don't. But if you do come in, just say hello and we'll have a chat. In the meantime, bye bye everyone.